I'd say another thing about President Trump, which I find really fascinating. I'm not sure he has any ideology whatsoever. He has instincts, and
you don't
I think
that
his main instincts, at least in his own mind,
this is purposely to reduce the role of government.
And so what he's saying is, well, you know, I just want a healthcare, or you know, the healthcare amendment law to change, and I really don't care what they bring me, as long as they bring me something that I can get rid of Obamacare. And that's not serious public policy, and that's certainly not thinking about the health and the benefits of the American people. So I'd just add one last thing, that in historical perspective, we've never really had a president, I think, that has been so utterly indifferent and even hostile to what previous presidents have done. That is, you can argue with Obamacare. Right now, the direction actually seems to be in the country moving toward a model of single payer, which is actually similar, not identical, but similar to what you have in France. And right now, I think the president is flailing. He's basically desperate because he didn't get a win, and his whole brand is winning.
Ethan Behrman, let me bring you in finally. I think we have the connection fixed with Los Angeles.
Yes.
Ethan, listening to what was just said, and it's fascinating what Moshik just said. Is Donald Trump driven by instinct, or is there a ideology, a plan, just to reduce the size of government and the role of government?
Well, I think that there is some ideology there. The problem that this president is running into is the difference between his gut-based ideology, as Moshe was correctly talking about, and the Republican Party itself, which is deeply divided between the conservatives, like the Freedom Caucus on one end, and you have the more moderates toward the middle, and they're not able to come together. So regardless of what the president wants, everything in the United States, as far as legislation goes, it begins in the House of Representatives and the Senate. And if he doesn't have the Republicans behind it, it doesn't matter what he wants to do if the legislative branch of our government isn't able to function.
And Donald Trump saying he wants the Senate to stay on in August without a recess if they don't do something about health care. How's that going to go down with those 100 senators?
Well, I'm deeply skeptical. Again, you have at least Senator Rand Paul, Mike Lee, Ted Cruz on one end. You have Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski from Alaska on the other end, who are deeply concerned. On one end, they're just worried about money and the size of government. That would be Mike Lee, Ted Cruz, Rand Paul. And on the other end, you have people who are actually worried about their constituents who need health care.